welcome to the room. Oh, you guys, Shawnee? Okay. Hey guys, welcome. I am your host, Raquel May David, and my co-host is David Sanchez. Hey, David.
Hello, Raquel. Hello,
we
everyone.
Hey, let's go. I'm so glad everyone's here. We like to give everyone time to kind of get in. So let me go ahead and fix this lighting because I feel like y'all can't see me. I need y'all to see me. Oh. I hope everyone's having a good day. Let's see. I'm gonna let everyone in the room. We're gonna give everyone about 8:05. We're gonna get started. I like to start with kind of understanding who's in the room, what's going on. So if you guys are coming in, can you please drop in the chat one Panda if you already have the Panda platform, two Pandas if you have the platform and you've already sent out your first round of letters. On the screen right now, I like to go ahead and show you guys the community just in case you guys are not familiar, haven't seen it, and want to go ahead and know how can we stay up to date with what's going on. Hey, Miss T, is it Trevor? Let me know if it's Trevor. Trevor gave me one. Okay, hey. Gave me one panda. Welcome. So I like to show this workflow. We're going to be doing something similar. So I'm going to keep this up in the corner. As a matter of fact, I'll put it back up in a second. Right now, I like to talk about the community. So if you guys are coming into the room, if you have not yet joined the community, please, honey, go ahead and join the community so you can be a part of the team, whether you are Panda Pro or not. I want everyone to have accessibility. Of course, customer service, our wonderful mod JM is normally here. And as you can see, he responds, honey. He's on the leaderboard. He'll be talking to us. So for those of you guys that are coming into the room, again, my name is Raquel May David. I am your host. My co-host is David Sanchez. He will be in the comments. I will still go ahead and read the comments, and we're going to go over the flow of what we are going to be covering today. I'm so excited that everyone is here. The question that I had in the chat when everyone comes in is please drop one Panda if you have the platform, two Pandas if you have the platform and have sent out your round of disputes. Other than that, I'm looking forward to break. Are you looking forward to break, David? Oh, wait, you probably, are your kids in school? Do you have babies in school? No? Okay. So my babies are in school and they're going to have off for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I think this is their last week of school, right? And then the Christmas, and then the Happy New Year, and then going back to school. Sorry for you, Raquel. So will you have 2 weeks off?
And I only get one. I don't even have 1 week. Yeah, technically, I have 5 days off. But hunty, I need more time. I need more time. For everyone who can turn on their cameras, thank you. It gives me the ability to kind of see who might be stuck if you guys have your cameras on. If you are by your computer, thank you. We will be able to go ahead and actually in real time process everything together. If you have any questions, we will open Q&A. Just to kind of go over what we're doing today, we're going to be covering the Dispute Panda, the standard features. We're going to go over entering yourself in as a client. I normally recommend if you are going to be doing credit repair before you repair anyone else's credit, you want to start with your own. Okay. So you want to go ahead and make sure, even if you say that your credit is good and everything is hunky-dory, pull your file, look at what's going on, send some letters out, because that way it gives you the ability, if you're only doing this platform for yourself, you're able to leverage and know what's going on. If you're doing it for yourself or your family, you can educate through the process. And if this is for a business, honey, you need to know how long them letters gonna take so you can tell somebody, don't worry about it, sweetheart, it's gonna be okay. So it is 6 minutes after. David, can you drop the community in the chat one more time for me before we get started? So with that being said, we are going to get started. Remember, if you guys are not a part of the community, please go ahead and sign up. If you have questions, concerns, comments, we do try our best to go ahead and actually, from what it looks like, we be in here commenting, zipping and doing. See, look at JM over here, zipping and doing it. So we want to make sure that everyone has like-minded individuals that are also using the platform to be able to gain access and get everything done the way that they need to. Okay, so it is 7 minutes after. Thank you guys for giving me your time on Monday. I'm going to do my best to respect the time that is provided and give y'all all the sauce for y'all to be a beast in these credit streets. I see you, Miss Clay. Did you come with questions today? Go ahead and drop it in the chat. Drop it in the chat. All right. So what I love about Dispute Panda, and I personally use the software, so this is not a hype man. I use this for all of my credit repair clients. So I'm going to walk you through the world's most advanced, effective AI-powered credit repair software out there. And not only am I going to walk you through it, I'm going to show you how you are able to leverage this software without paying any overhead and how you can do the monthly attacks for the free. Okay, so if you guys have any questions, we are going to stop, of course, during different sections, open up for Q&A for us to dive in. But the goal for this call is to get you onboarded with the software, familiar with what's going on, and leave with your first round of letters if you are by your computers, of course. So what I'm going to do is dive into the pricing because, let's get to the meat and potatoes as to what's going on. Okay. So Dispute Panda is a 100% pay as you go credit based system, and it's free to sign up, free to have the platform. The only thing that you pay for is your round of attacks every 35 days that you will be sending your request out. We have the team has streamlined, so there's not as much questions with how do you go through disputing and processing. I'm actually going to show you the training material so that literally if you have the software right now, you are able to go ahead in real time and execute today, like right now. Okay. So you don't have to pay for the software if you are using the free plan. The free plan allows you to upload identifications. It allows you to process letters and basically house everything. So instead of using an Excel spreadsheet and saving everything on your computer, because if you're like me, you're running out of space, you are able to go ahead and save everything in a secured platform. And it also is free for you to have every single month. If you choose to upgrade to the Pro, we are going to cover the perks that come with the Pro once we dive in, but you also get a secured platform that if you're using this as a business, you're able to send contracts, invoice, all of the things to your clients the way that you need to go ahead and ensure that everything is safe and secure. And there's a couple of really dope features with the Pro that I will show you once we get into the platform, because I like to let y'all see what's going on. Okay. The Pro, you can also pay for a year subscription. It's $1,970. And that way you get 2 months for free. But if you just want to try out the Pro and see how it's going, you pay $1 for 14 days. You can see what the features are, you leverage it, and then if you like it, stay with it. I personally loved it. Okay. If you do not like it, you can go back to the free version. You lose nothing at all. You still have all your information and content in there. Okay. These three features I'm going to go ahead and talk about once we get inside the platform. What I love to touch on is the training factor. So this is the first software that as soon as you download the free software, you get a full training tutorial and a guide on how to dispute credit. So if you come and you click on the training module, and you also have an option to do it within the dashboard, you literally go into a full-on training tutorial on how to use the platform, what attacks you want to use, and what all of the tabs within the software does for you, and how you can leverage them, right? But also at the very top, if you click free download, this is a step-by-step, the new and enhanced option for actually doing credit. So this is how should you process, how should you pivot, what letters should you send out, and not only what letters you should send out, but when you should send them out. Okay, so with that being said, we are giving you the blueprint to be a what? Beast in these credit streets. So once you click on this information, you can scroll down. If you are using Credit Dyno, which is our credit monitoring software, and we're going to go over the perks of Credit Dyno in a minute, because there are a plethora of them, okay? You will be able to get a free round of attack if you're using Credit Dyno every 35 days, whether you're using the pro version or you're using the free version. Every 35 days, as long as you have Credit Dyno as your credit monitoring service, you are able to dispute a round of attack for free. So like I said, the goal is for you to be able to dispute your credit, and we give you a full 12-month workflow. So for a full year, you will know how to dispute, what letters you send, and when should you send them, okay? The next thing that I love to cover is our contact tab. So if you have questions or concerns, our customer service team is actually available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you have a specific client question, something is going on, you need to know how to work a platform, whatever that situation may be, you have the ability to go ahead and actually send the message directly to the team, and they will be able to see what's going on. I always recommend on every single call, hey guys, while you guys are on here, leverage a free tool called Loom, LOOM.com. Loom.com allows you to record up to 5-minute video, and you can record your screen, you can record yourself. I use Loom for my clients to send them videos, but you can use it to send the link, the video to tech support. So you can create a video, put it right here in the example box, and that way, once you put it in the box, they're able to go ahead and watch what your issue is, so that they can see what you're seeing on your end, since they're looking at it from the back end. And it's a free platform that allows you the accessibility to go ahead and record and send it. And one of the perks about Loom is that once someone has clicked it and watched, honey, you know. So you're able to know in real time, you know, when things are pivoting and happening. So you can use, for specific client questions, you can click that option. Or if you have general questions such as, I want to be a part of the beta test team, I want to be a part of the partnership, I need to know a press release, like, you have the ability to go ahead and leverage all of those things. Okay, so that's the basic overview of the main page. We're going to go ahead and click on sign up for free, and we are going to get into it right now with registering. Now, when you're signing up, you're going to have to use, if you're also using this to process for yourself, you are going to have 2 separate email addresses, one for the primary and then one for the actual clientele. So think about owner versus clientele. You can't have the same email address. So when you're plugging this in, if you're using this as just an individual, you're going to do all of the stars, the asterisks, the rest asterisks. You're going to use all of them, but you're going to keep the company name blank. If you're using it as a company profile, by all means, you're able to go ahead and dive in and put your company name in there. The email that you use is going to be your sign-on information. So you're going to use that email, and then whatever password you create is what's going to allow you to gain access to the platform. So I'm gonna go ahead and sign up right now. And I always got to think of an email. 1 second. All right, so I'm a person that likes to sign up for promos, special offers, things of that nature, not because I have fear of missing out or anything, but because I like to know what's going on and what, bonuses or discounts I can have. So I personally do sign up to those options. You guys do not have to, okay? But I personally do. Once you go ahead and click on that, it will take you to the screen where you have to read the service agreement. Again, there's some new people that came into the room. So if you guys can drop a Panda in the chat, or say 1 if you guys have the actual Dispute Panda software, drop a number 2 if you guys have already sent out your first round of letters. So I kind of know who's in the room to be able to support. Okay. All right. Hey, Miss. Hey, how you doing? Welcome back. Welcome back. I'm gonna open up the Q&A in a second. But you want to go ahead and scroll down and accept this. I always tell everyone, do not accept unless you until you read the documentation. I'm not reading it right now because I already have a profile, but you guys can come back and read it. It does have this black bar up here where it says send verification. You will get an email verification sent to you. My recommendation is to go ahead and accept it within 48 hours, just for best practices when you're going through, but it's not going to hinder you in this moment with moving forward. We're going to cover the full dashboard. Once we're finished with the dashboard, we're going to pause for Q&A, and then we're going to load ourselves in as our first client. So the dashboard this is what the homepage looks like. If you had a client or any missing documents, you would see the information here for you. The birthdays are normally for the pro. It's actually for the pro. It's a pro feature that it will let you know clients' birthdays so that you can send a wonderful message to them like, hey, girl, hey, from the team at Evolving E, we just want to wish you a happy birthday, right? A great way to show that you're engaging with your people, okay? With this, if you want to upgrade to the pro, it is $1 for 14 days and then $197 thereafter. And we're going to go over some of the features, the shareable reports, the integration and onboarding forms, and so much more that's available. Also, you're able to go ahead and become an affiliate for Credit Dyno. So Credit Dyno is a software that is linked. Basically, it does an amazing dance with Dispute Panda, and it gives you an ability where the system is going to track the success of the letters that have gone out. They're exclusive data points that are accessible because of the fact that Credit Dyno was made to be formulated with Dispute Panda. So it does allow the AI technology that's embedded in it to perform at a higher volume. So if you guys are looking to make passive income, one of the major things you can do is sign up to be an affiliate for Credit Dyno. For every client that you have that signs up, or if you just post it on your social media, that is $8 that you get per client. You can get up to $22, but you would have to change the different features that you have. They do have different packages that will allow you to go ahead and make more depending on the package you pick from Credit Dyno. But this is a great thing. I normally go ahead and post it on my social media at the beginning of every month and at the end of every month. So this is a good way for you to leverage and pivot in that space. So we're going to go ahead and close that out. All right, if you're looking to gain access to your clientele, you can go ahead and do it up here at that search bar where it says search for clients. You are required to go ahead and put in at least 3 characters in order for the clients to pull up. You can also go ahead and click clients on the left, If you click active, it'll show you the list of all active clients. If you have any inactive clients, you're able to click that option. If you are coming over from another software, you have the ability to go ahead and import your clientele from that other software. Again, if you're having an issue, you can send the CSV file to info@Dispute Panda, or you can click on this contact us link over here and send the CSV file, let them know that you're having an issue. Again, don't be afraid to use loom.com to go ahead and record what issues you're having on your end, okay? If you want to load a new client, you would click the new client option over here in order to go ahead and load, and I will load a test client in here in real time to support, okay? Okay, so letters are basically all of the letters that you would send out for your client. So it would have your client's name, it would have the attack type, and then the letters, the date it was sent, and that type of information available. Now, the system is able to go ahead and mail the letters out for you. You do have to have money in your bucket in order for the letters to be sent, because of course there's a cost to it. If you are processing letters before 12 p.m. PST time, the letters go out the same day. If you are processing after, the letter goes out the following business days. Letters are only mailed Monday through Friday, and you can only have guaranteed or trackable information if you do certified mail. If you do first class mail, it is just like you taking the actual mail to the post office and putting it in the post office. So you guys have the ability to leverage that in the platform. I personally do not use the mailing software. However, my accountability partner does. She's never had an issue with her letters going out. Hey, Jerry, how you doing? Welcome back. Hi. I love when I see faces. Okay. So the inbox tool is a part of the Safe Client Portal when you upgrade to the Pro. So you're able to go ahead and send information to your clients. When you turn on the Pro feature, you're able to have it where the clients can upload their own documentation, they can sign their contract, they can do all of the things through the actual platform. So one of the things that are really great is that you're able to see and communicate with security with the inbox feature when you do upgrade. Now, this report feature, y'all know I love, if y'all came here before, I love this report feature. And I was going to take a snapshot of my report because I have one for my clients. So this report feature for the Pro is located in this, and it's located on the client level. So what it allows you to do, let me go ahead and take a snapshot. It allows you to get a full picture of the work that has been completed. So if you're transitioning from doing this for yourself to doing it as a business, every time you update a report, every time you make adjustments, the numbers of how much you deleted shows up. The total deletions are showing up as well as any increases that have happened. And as you can see, and I like to be transparent, it shows that there's been a decrease in Experian, but as you can see, over $200,000 has been deleted in debt. So when you're looking at credit, it's not just the numbers, you guys, it's also what's on the body of the actual report that matters. So we like to give the total image. So one of the really good things that comes along with this is that you're able to go ahead and do it as a shareable image to your social media. So if you have it as a business, you can have your logo here, your website here. If any of y'all follow me on social media, Hunty, I posted a bunch last night. Okay, I'm about to pull some new numbers today. I had one person that had over 45 deletions. Yes, I was like, I'm posting this. Okay, I'm posting this. Now, we're not going to talk about somebody else who wasn't listening to the plan, okay? Everybody don't work the plan the way they're supposed to. But you're able to leverage this as a great way to get new people to sign up, get people on board. And I'm telling you, a play that you can run, so to speak, is if you have the credit monitoring, you can seriously go ahead and plug, hey, I'm looking for 5 people to fix their credit. All you have to pay is credit monitoring, and you're getting your money on the back end. So it's all about how you guys are able to do what you got to do, okay? But you can leverage the report to go ahead and get more clients. The subscription tab is also a pro feature. It gives you the ability to put payment forms, different packaging plans, and that way when the client comes in, you can allocate to them what their package plan is for you to go ahead and be able to collect your monies, okay? Because if this is business, we don't do small business. We do big business over here, okay? Even if it's in the beginning. So you guys have the access to do that. And of course, as I said, you can click the training tab. It will open up in another window for you. Please, 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 guys, if you are by your computer in real time right now, I need you to download the guide. The guide is going to tell you what letters you are going to select, what letters you are going to print, so that you can make sure that you know exactly how you're going to dispute and work your file. And the number one question I get is, well, what's going to happen if I didn't get a response? If this didn't happen, if that didn't happen? Work the flow, and I'm going to give y'all a couple of cheat sheets while we're going through the process, okay? If you also need help with customer service, you're going to click on the contact us. It will open up for you within the system. So you don't even have to log out. Everything is right here for you. Now, before I click on the balance, I want to go ahead and talk about the things below so that you guys are aware of what's going on. Any pending credits is like, we do have an affiliate program. I'm going to show you that. You can get, the affiliate program will be live next year, not necessarily this year right now, but you're able to, if you refer other people. So let's say you're in an industry where you're a mortgage broker or you're a realtor and you have friends who are realtors and you sign up for the affiliate program, you can get credits for people signing up under your affiliate link. So I will show you where you can get that link so that once it rolls out next year, you're ready to dip and do in real time. This free attack, remember I stated that Credit Dino gives you a free round of attack every 35 days. So you're able to come in here, see how many free attacks you have available for your clients. And that way, you know, you're in these streets to win and you don't have a large overhead. So think about this: free platform, Credit Dino gives you a free round of attack. So literally you're paying for ink, stamps, and paper if you're using it on your own. If not, the only thing you're paying for is for the system to mail the letters out for you. So yeah, we're winning. The balance, of course, shows you how much is in your bucket. And I'm going to show you why that's going to be important in a minute. All right. So I'm not going to go to billing first. I'm going to start at the top with profile. Profile is your information of what you use to log into the software. You can choose to add a photo. I love adding photos in the software so that when people look, they can see my beautiful face. Okay, I might have different hair, but honey, it's still the same beautiful face. Okay, so you can have that information. If you change your phone number, if you get married, like I said, you can add your name and everything on there. Organization is for businesses. So if you have a business, you have a logo, you have a business address, you have a business email, you have a business phone number, all of the things you can plug it on here so that when your clients log in, if this is a business for you, you have all of that information already stored and ready to go. You can also put your contract here so you're able to dip and do in real time, okay? If you want to have a team member, so let's say, for instance, my daughter, again, I did this on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook the other day. I had my daughter right here and I was showing her the new layout because she hasn't been to work. Okay, so she finally decided to come to work yesterday, and I decided to go live to answer some questions that she may have, because although my daughter can balance her checkbook like a G, she's like, I don't know this credit stuff. So we were going through the actual flow together. We loaded a client in and we did all of that online. So randomly, guys, if you guys are in the community, I will post that I have an open workroom, and that open workroom will allow you guys to come in and watch us kind of do everything together. And that way, if you have questions, and you're not able to book a one-on-one because you're kind of getting your feet wet, you have the free space to go ahead and do so. But this team member is important. And the reason why it's important is because let's say you have a VA or you're hiring your cousin and you're teaching them how to do the process. You don't have to give them administration access. You will put their name in, their first and last name, the email address, and then they'll be able to create their own username and password to go ahead and dispute. So you definitely want to go ahead and take advantage of that. And there's no cap. So some softwares you have to pay to have multiple access. Dispute Panda, free version, paid version, you can add as many people as you need to. The affiliate link gives you the ability that you can utilize other credit monitoring softwares, although I don't know why you would want to do that, okay? If you have the pro version, as soon as they log in, they'll have an option for whichever affiliate links you have. If you do not have multiple affiliate links, you just turn off whichever ones you don't have. And if you want them to only use Credit Dino, then you would turn on the Credit Dino link and dip and do from there, okay? And you can hit save and you're good to go. The disputing tab is the current addresses for the credit bureaus that are being utilized. If for some reason you get letters back as a client, or if your clients say that they've gotten the letters back, normally you're given the information as to like where it should go to, and you can come here and just click the edit option and say, okay, I'm not going to use 1, I'm going to use 6 because that's the other address. You guys can Google the addresses. There are different ways that you can gain access to it. I do check it. So if I do see that it has changed, I check it once a week. If I see that the address or I see anything on a platform that says, hey, they're using a different address, I will go ahead and put it in the community so you guys would be aware of it too, to come in here and change it for usage. Okay. The billing team. Okay. So as you know, standard is $17 per month or per round, I should say, of letters that are generated. However, in this particular screen, you can put your payment information. And I want to clarify, if you're doing this for yourself and your family, you want to go ahead and ensure that only you as the owner of the platform, your credit card information should be the only one on file. So for instance, let's say you use the profile and you use Credit Dino, so you're not paying for your rounds, but your cousin is using Smart Credit or your cousin is using Identity IQ. That is fine. They just need to give you your $17. You put it in your account, and then the card that you have on file is what you're going to utilize, okay? No one else's card should be on this software, just for safety purposes. If you want to go ahead and update to Pro, you can also do it from here. And again, you can do the trial for $1 for 14 days. You can also, let me go ahead and make this a little bigger. You can also purchase in bulk if you choose to do so. One of the cool features that they signed up with was that Dispute Panda created was the subscribe and save feature. The subscribe and save feature allows you to get 50% more. Okay, Chris, give me 1 second. You can get 50% more for the monthly subscription. So every single month they'll bill you for $20 or $60. Once that payment is collected, instead of you getting 20, you get 30. Instead of 90, instead of 60, you'll get 90, okay? So there are ways that we want to make sure that you're leveraging what you need on a consistent basis. And if you're using Credit Dino, the subscribe and save monies that you have there could go towards the mail to make life easy for you. So Chris said he had a question on the $17. What questions do you have, my love?
So as far as the $17 goes, I know it generates 1 round of attack or generates the letter. How many items is that good for? Is like let's say the client that I'm dealing with right now has about 38 negative items. Is there a limit that $17 will cover, or will it generate
No.
the whole 38?
No, so if you have 39 items selected, again, it depends on the letter sequence that you pick. So and when you go into the letters, it will tell you how many accounts will be printed on the letter. So if you go ahead and print out 39, like say there's 39 accounts, but each letter can only do 5, then it's just going to print out as many as needed to get to that 39. So you're not paying additional. It's $17 per round per client. That's it. Whether they have 100, which we hope they don't have 100, but it's not. Yeah, it's not.
Pretty close.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. But you're also looking through to see what the accounts are saying, because remember, some of them have inquiries and things like that. So, but no, it doesn't cap it. For what you're like, for your thing, it's not that you have to pay $17 because they have 500 things, right? But understand that you want to be very strategic with how you're selecting the accounts. So if your client has a bigger file, you may not want to select all of those things at one time, because it could deem that it looks like it's being spamish. You get what I'm saying? That you're sending all those letters. So think about that. But normally I have a client who the last round of letters, oh, my printer's about to die actually. I just printed out 45 letters for her.
Wow.
And that was just to the credit bureau. That was not also to the creditor. Okay.
And as far as that, so with the client, if I pick the inquiries just to go out by themselves, and then he has additional negative items, should I be able to send out those by themselves? So therefore it'd be round 1, but 2 different attacks.
So I would not suggest that flow, because remember that the flow that is given is lliterally telling you what you should do. So you're selecting inquiries, accounts, everything.
Everything. Okay.
All at once. You're not separating it, because you don't want to, because remember, if they're using Credit Dyno, you only get 1 round of attack for free. So if you're splitting those rounds up, then you're going to end up having to pay for one. Does that make sense?
It does.
Yeah. So just select everything, because that's how I normally do it. Is I select the inquiries if they have personal information, and then the accounts, and I let the system bulk them together accordingly.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
Great question.
I guess if as far as the attack flow goes, like my client, just the one same one I'm talking about, has on-time payments on some of his negative items, but then he went on to miss, pretty much every other payment. Would I try to salvage some of the on-time payment, or would I just delete the charge-off accounts, because all of them being closed out, but he did have some on-time payment, if that makes sense.
Run that question back. I want to make sure I'm receiving it.
So he has 38 pretty much negative items or charge-offs on his account. And to begin with, he started off fine. He made on-time payments. And now he missed payments on pretty much all of them. And
are they open or closed?
Closed.
Anything that is closed, that is giving my client a negative damage within the 24-month period, that is not old. Meaning, so if that account was 10 years old and they only had an issue for the last 2 months, right? Then I would be more concerned if it's open. If the account is closed, it's not benefiting them. There is no history being counted. There's nothing there. Do you follow what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
So closed means I'm not including you. The shop closed. I can't shop here. If it was open and it was old, remember the system is automatically getting those late payment letter removal verbiage already out. So if it's an open account, it's a couple of late payments and it's literally impeding them, then the system is already going to know, let me send this late payment information. But let's be clear, if the account is closed and it has any derogatory information on it, then go ahead and let the system do what the system does, because that closed account is not helping your client in any way.
Right. All right.
Right. So open, you want to be concerned. Closed, have a good day. We broke up. That's what that means. We don't go together.
Come on. Okay.
They don't go together. Okay, but great question. I love the question. So I'm gonna touch that when we go in invoicing. Invoicing allows you to see if you have the pro, kind of what's going on. Kind of what's going on with the software. So if you have the pro, the invoices are there. Any statements that have to go out. Activity is any attacks that's going out, any mailing that's there, any attack credits that's on file. You get to see all of that information. The integration software is where you can have Zapier communicate. If you have an email sequence, things of that nature, once you get the pro, you're able to have the system speak to each other. For anyone who has signed up for the pro previously, we did have the credit repair blueprint that was available, and in that blueprint it did give you the Kong automations free for 30 days, and then you had like a 20% discount, so you could set up funnels, email marketing, all of the things. That I'm not quite sure if Kong is still going to be available come 2024, but for those of you guys who have already upgraded to the pro, please take advantage of that in real time. Okay. Dispute Panda referral. That's what I was talking about. Making money. You ain't got to do nothing. Just making some shmoney. Okay. Just go ahead and sign up for it. Once the system and the software goes live again and it rolls out, you will have your own link. And then when you go to speaking engagements, churches, you zip and you do, you're able to go ahead and get the support that you need in real time to earn money while you're doing nothing but talking about the software. Okay. Or Carly B. Okay. I can't do it. Don't worry about it. You know, we friends. It's okay. So before I get started with loading myself in as a client, I'm going to open the floor for about 10 minutes for you guys to ask questions. I saw that Trevor's question is, what is the best way to dispute late payments from July and November 2023? So if you're using the Credit Dyno software and you're using Dispute Panda has a late payment letter already in it. So if you have just a late payment on an open and active account, systemically, the AI algorithm is going to pick it up and generate that late payment letter. So you don't have to do anything. You just literally still select the flow that we're going to be doing. And the system is going to pull that that's a late payment letter, and you will be able to just mail that late payment letter off. One of the things that I do suggest, though, is you do a goodwill letter before you do that round, like kind of by itself. That is an option. And in the letter sequence, I will show you where the goodwill letter is. You would generate that letter, mail it to the company, and you would write a letter to the CEO. I'm going to be transparent. I do all of it. So I still generate my regular rounds, allow the AI to go ahead and do the late payment letter, and I still send a message to the CEO, and then I still do a goodwill letter. I mean, to the company. Like, I'm willing to do that because you never know what you might get a yes from versus not. And you can never be too overzealous. Well, let me clarify. You can be too overzealous if you send, the credit bureau will think it's a frivolous investigation or dispute and kind of be dismissive. If you're sending the letters, too many letters, and you're not allowing the time frame, plus you're extending the time for the dispute. So the play that you would run is you would still go ahead and follow the workflow. Systemically, the system will go ahead and generate a late payment letter for that specific account, but it's definitely not going to hurt for you to send a goodwill letter to the company, as well as message the CEO about what happened. Okay, so that's what you can do. Any other questions, guys, before I get started with loading myself into the software? No? Great question. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. So when you're in the system, you know what, I'm going to use my real name so you can see it. When you're in the system, the only thing, just like before, that you have to do, my pleasure, love, the only things you have to do are the red asterisks, right? However, I normally work with families, moms, dads, sons, wives, husbands, brothers, all of the things. If I have a junior, senior, the fourth, the fifth, I like to put it in there so that I can personally see who I'm working with when I'm in the software. Please remember that anything that you're putting on here is also going to be transposed into the letters that are supposed to go out for the client. So you want to make sure you have the correct spelling of the name. You want to make sure that you have all of the correct information in real time, so that this way, when it goes out, there's no kickbacks, there's no misinformation being provided. Like, everything that needs to be on there is. So give me 1 second. So when you get down to the address, a lot of times I get this question asked a lot. So you're going to want to make sure that the information is accurate here. Now, if you have a unit, a suite number, anything like that, you're going to put it on the street location. And then you're going to want to make sure that all of this information is accurate, because this information is, again, going to go into the letter. If you have the pro feature, you can click the invite and it will send the contract. It'll send an email for them to create their own username, to create their own password. The username is also going to be their email information, and they will be able to have access to the contract, upload their IDs and all that stuff. If you do not have the pro, don't fret. You just go ahead and hit save, and then you can upload all of the information into the software. You will not be able to go onto the attack until all of the information is uploaded accordingly. I want to go ahead, and before we even get started with uploading the information, let me share this. So oftentimes, one of the most frequently asked questions are, what documents do I need to get started? So you need as you can see, the red is what is necessary for you to get started. So proof of identification and proof of address. For the best results, and for you to definitely move the pendulum forward, right, with the disputes and everything, you want to make sure that there's one name, one address, that is on your report. So for you to do that, you want to make sure that the documents, the supporting documents that you're sending, also match. So if your driver's license says you live at 1414 Mockingbird Lane, then you need to make sure that the bill that you're putting, or the supporting proof of address document, says that you live at 1414 Mockingbird Lane. Okay. If for some reason your driver's license does not have your most accurate or up-to-date address on it, just don't use the driver's license. Use another document that's listed in the list. You can use your social, paycheck stub, W-2, all of the things, okay, for you to go ahead and verify your identity, and then select the supporting document for proof of address. What I want to point out is, if you're using a utility bill, gas bill, water bill, cable bill, whatever, please make sure that for best practices, that you're updating this information every 90 days. If you guys need this particular template, again, if you see, I literally just took a screenshot from the training tool, and David will go ahead and drop it in the chat in a moment for you guys to have it. So if you're at your computer, you can download what you need in order to have a positive attack flow, right? And for you to have the most impactful movement. So these are the identifiers that you need. Please bear in mind, if you use the social security card as a proof of address, it does not need to be in the other optional tab, because it's optional. You can leave that one blank, okay? So we're going to get started, and you can either drag and drop the information. As y'all know, I'm a drag and dropper, just to make it easy for you to crop, or you can select it from the file. You're able to go ahead and crop according to size. So a lot of times, if you guys are doing this yourself, sometimes you put it down the whole back screen. You can go ahead and take the back screen out, and just crop it to what you need, because ideally the goal is to get all of the identifications on one sheet of paper. And and then you can just hit crop and save. How you know the system has taken it is because of how it looks gradient right here. It's kind of weird looking in the back, right? That's how you know it's properly in the software. Hang on. I let go of it too quick. So when you're doing the billing, again, all of this information is none of their business. In my Tammy Brown voice, it's none of their business. You want to focus on the date and you want to focus on the address. That is all you need on the letter. You crop and you save. I personally am going to go ahead and drop the social security card just so you guys can see it again. Again, if there was a big background and all I need to do is this little social, I would go ahead and just crop it to make sure that it's easy for it to fit on the page. And I'm able to just grab and go. Once you've done that, you're going to scroll down. And if you're using other softwares, you would have to use this particular, let me make it bigger. You have to use this particular area, but if you are doing the Credit Dyno, again, some perks. Credit Dyno offers one-click imports. So for the other monitoring softwares, you have to log into them, you have to update the report, and then after you do that, you come in, you either download it or you copy the view source. With Credit Dyno, you just come in every 35 days and you click this one-click import, and automatically the software will update for you without any issues or problems, right? And let me clarify. It will update without you having to do any additional work. You don't have to log in anywhere. You just go ahead and click the one-click import. And once you do that, you'll get a pop-up that says you have a free round of attack. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen and putting the credential information. While we're doing that, does anyone have any questions on what they have seen so far? No questions? Please note, I cannot see the screen right now, the chat. So if anyone does have questions, you guys can just come off mute and it would be my pleasure to answer. No, no questions? All right, give me 1 second, guys. I'm trying to log everything in here. It's this, and go back to sharing the screen. All right, let me know if you guys can see the screen okay. Everyone can see the screen okay? Yes. All right, so once you are here, you'll notice that the disputing tab opens up. You'll also notice that over on the left, it says free attack credit. I want to go ahead and show you what the pop-up looks like. So let me make this a little smaller. All right, so this is what it will pop up and look like on your screen once you have put the Credit Dyno information in. It does tell you that you do get a free round of attack every 35 days. So it actually pops up on the screen and you can also see it over here. Now, with Credit Dyno, the software automatically selects any negative accounts or public information that is showing up on the software. However, what it does not do is select inquiries. So any hard inquiries that are there, you're going to have to manually select it for yourself. One of the pro tips that I give is you can do Control F or Command F. And if you do that, you are able to go ahead and actually search the information on file. So how it says CRB, you can search CRB. And it shows that there's only one. So just to be safe, because that slash is on the other side, I would search the slash on the other side as well. So seed. So seed is Cross River Bank, and I'm able to see this account is in the profile. With the account being in the profile, you're also able to go ahead and know, is it open? Is it closed? What is the account status? Where is it holding? So this is clearly stating that currently the account is in charge-off status, so it's not open. And now you can go back up to the top and say, okay, cool, I'm going to dispute. If at any time you see an account that is associated with an inquiry at the bottom that is open, what's basically going to happen in real time is that you could potentially close that account for yourself or your client. So best practices, at this point is to make sure that you do not, and I'm going to repeat, that you do not go ahead and dispute any inquiries that are attached to any of the accounts. Because if it's open and active, then you run the risk of the account closing. So I want you guys to really know, don't move forward with that, okay? Once you've done this, and I want to kind of break down inquiries or any hard pulls where creditors are trying to validate your information to either approve you or deny you for funding or any type of assets. The public records are child support, bankruptcy, liens, things of that nature. And then, of course, you have the accounts, which is all of your trade lines that are with the creditors, the standings of them, and so on and so forth. Now, one of the other things that I like to point out with Dispute Panda and the credit dyno is that when you click on this wonderful icon, it will take you into the breakdown of the account. So you are able to go ahead and have a robust conversation with the client on the health, the payment history, and educate them. If you guys are doing this for yourself, I'm going to give you guys a free pro tip again for you to understand how to leverage. So the summary is going to show you the status of the account. No, can you guys not see my screen? I just want to confirm. Can you guys see my screen? No? Okay. Thanks so much for the alert. Hold on. Let me go back, share screen again. Tell me, can you guys see my screen now?
Yes, you're good, Raquel.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. So let me show you how I got there since it wasn't up there. Once you guys are here, you can click on the icon here and you're able to go ahead and see this payment status, the account status, how much is owed, when the account was open, all of the things. So this is the summary for each credit bureau. Please remember that not all of the accounts will show on all of the credit bureaus, okay? Then you can click on the payment history. So why the payment history is so important is payment is roughly 192.5 points of your overall score. It's your score, your FICO score is broken down into 5 components. With that being said, if your client or yourself is below 100%, that means they're not getting that full score, okay? So one of the things that you want to go ahead and be aware of is having this robust conversation like, hey, I see this is where you're at right now. I see that you were late as of 2022. Let's talk about what happened. You can have a real person-to-person conversation. Also, the account health, you're able to go ahead and see what was the credit limit and how much are they utilizing. Again, a quick way to go ahead and shift your credit score is lowering your amount of debt. So if you're having a conversation with yourself or with your family, you're going to see one of the biggest issues here is you're over the limit by $820. That means that your utilization is above 100%. No, your utilization for you to be in the 700 club needs to be at 15%. For you to be in the 800 club needs to be below 7%. So if you're over 100%, that means you're not getting points in that particular area, especially if all of your other cards are already maxed out. So if you're looking to make quick impact, drastic impact, the first thing you need to do is pull your credit card statement, look at when the statement date closed, and pay down the balance at that time, right? So those are some features that you have. Now, if you're a person that's already been in these credit streets, have already been in the credit game, what I need you to understand is if you have your own formatted letters, you already know what has worked. You've been doing this for a little while. You know your consumer letters, that how they can work. If you click add custom letter here, when you pick the round of attack, all the other accounts will come out regular. And then whatever template that you put in here or you load in here, you have the ability to go ahead and utilize. Okay, so you can save the template so that you can use it again. For instance, I have a 1099-C form that says, hey, I know that you guys have charged off. Can you please send me this 1099-C so I can see was a debt charged off and was it allowed to be collectible still, or was it charged off or not able to do anything, right? So once you go ahead and go through that, you're able to go ahead and kind of save it. If you save it, let me show you what it looks like when it's saved. You'll be able to see it here in a highlight. And if you decide, you know what, never mind, I'm not going to use that format, I'm going to click remove. You can literally click remove, and then the regular rounds of attacks will process accordingly. Okay, so I want to make sure that we're clear. You're not able to go on to the attack round until you have hit save filter in where you are right now under the dispute. So you're going to click save filter, and then it's going to go on to the attack round, and then you can select the round of attacks that are needed. I want to make sure that there are no questions in the chat, so give me 1 second. Let me go back. Awesome. Thank you, Miss Clay, for letting me know my screen wasn't screening, honey. I appreciate it. Okay, so when you are looking at the software, again, the software gives you the flow that you're supposed to use. If you are on the Pro, you're able to go ahead and use not only generate letters to go to the credit bureaus, you're also able to generate letters to go to the creditors. We also wanted to take it up a notch and give you the ability to know how to dispute with the third-party creditors as well. So with the third-party creditors, the other option that you have with LexisNexis and Novus, LCI, all of them are located in where I'm going to show you guys. You have the ability to dispute not only with the 3 credit bureaus, but if you have Credit Dyno, you're disputing with the creditors. That is more intensive, more aggressive for you to get what it is that you want. So what you would do is come here, and the first round of letters are the Punch of Fury, Supreme Boosted. If you have the Pro, you're going to select yes for creditor. If you do not have the Pro, that's not even an option for you, so don't even worry about it, right? Then you're going to come back in and do the static letters. Your first round of letters are going to be handwritten, and we do have 10 different font styles. And then you are going to send all of these letters. Every single round is actually by first class mail, and you don't have to use any color. So we're going to come here to start new round. We're going to hit Punch of Fury. We're going to select handwritten. We're going to select Supreme Boosted and start. Now you have to go ahead and type in confirm whether you're using fiat monies, right, as my son would say, or you're using the credit. You still have to confirm. Now the static letters, this is why this is important. The static letters only allow to be printed for free if you have money in your bank balance. If you do not have money in your bank balance, you're not able to print the static letters at all. But what you would do is you've already generated your rounds. You would then hit static letter. You would hit handwritten. I like to scroll all the way down to the bottom. I'm going to select Factor Trust, Microbill, DataX, Clarity, Credco, ARS, LCI, Innovis, and LexisNexis. You would hit start and then it will generate those rounds of letters. You can choose to have the system generate the rounds or mail the letters out for you, or you can click the download button and mail it out yourself. If you allow the system to do it, you have to remember to change the settings. So it's first class mail. It's not going to be double-sided. So again, you see how it changed the price. So first class mail double-sided was only $12. Single-sided is $18. Okay. You don't have to change color. It's no color. If once you see the pricing, if you don't have enough money in your bucket, you can just close out, go ahead and add the money in your balance and come right back to your client and select it. If you choose that you want to do certified mail, you can elect to do so. The price is going to change, but you want to know that you have what the amount is going to be in real time right there. Okay. So you have literally gone through your first round of attack. If you want to know what the history is, when did you last send out the letters, the credit report, the scores. Remember, the invoice is any billing information, and notes is a pro feature that's available. So with all of that being covered, we have just finished our first round of attack. And remember, you already have the flow sequence for the full 12-month window. So you don't have to second guess. You don't have to say, when am I supposed to send what? One of the frequently asked questions that I've had before is, what if you send a letter to the secondary bureaus and then the secondary bureaus go, I don't have a profile or I don't have anything here. Then when you send out your next round for the secondary bureaus, you just don't select that company and you still go ahead and pivot moving forward. So we have officially completed our first round of attacks. What questions do you guys have? I want to open up the floor for any questions, comments, or concerns. Any questions, comments, or concerns? No? I'm sorry, you're saying why do you have to select static? I'm sorry, can you come off of mute and let me know what you mean?
Hey, I'm sorry. I was trying to type and
No, you're fine.
not wrong. So I noticed when you did the first attack, you selected certain companies. You went down and selected. So like when I'm looking at the blueprint or what have we call it, the tech flow, it lists companies in there, Lexis, Innovis, LCI, ARS. And so do I just select all those companies or do I pick ones, or because it looked like you didn't select all of those?
I selected all of them. So let me go back.
Yeah. Okay.
I went here and I started from the bottom. So I did Factor Trust, Microbill, DataX, Clarity, Credco, ARS, LCI, and Innovis. I started from the bottom because when you go from the top, it jumps. So because I'm familiar with the system, I just scrolled all the way down.
Okay, so it's nothing extra in there. All of the ones that are on this list are in that.
That are correct. Correct.
Gotcha.
But they're different static letters. So if you're under the static, you see that there's some X's at the bottom and some boxes at the bottom. And at the top, there are other letters. So there's cease and desist letters, there are debt verification letters, there's goodwill, there's pay per delete, there's bankruptcy. So there's a plethora of options if you're needing to leverage them while you're disputing. But specifically the static letters that the flow is giving you is for the secondary companies for you to dispute with them.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
My pleasure, my pleasure. Top Flow Academy, we do not cover, I do apologize, we do not cover how to challenge early warnings in this session. We're only covering the onboarding for the standard flow or any questions specifically with the software. I do apologize. Oh, my pleasure, but I do believe I think we might be having another Dispute Panda Pro session. You can bring that to the Pro class if you're on Pro. If not, I'll drop my link in so you can book a call if you'd like to at a later time. Any other questions that you guys may have? And I want to thank all the new people that have come into the room. I really, really appreciate you guys coming in. Any questions or concerns from what we've covered so far? But that was a great question, Trevor. I appreciate that. That was a good one. So yeah, the static letters are free if you have money in your bucket. So you want to make sure that you have the money in the bucket to be able to dip and do. Any other questions? No? No questions on the software? All right, well, oh, I see some people come in. Let me go and let them in. All right, so if there are no, I do see that a new person come in, so I'm gonna give just a few more minutes that if you guys have any questions, concerns, or comments, you can definitely ask them in real time. If you are late and missed this tutorial, you can actually see the Dispute Panda live Q&A here, where you're able to see all of the things that we're doing. If you are not